Hey guys, it's Chris. From catfish that can swallow people whole to a snapping turtle that can pierce metal with its chompers, here are 9 terrifying river monsters. Number 9. Indian Goonch. If you were to hear that catfish can be found in waters near you, you likely wouldn't be that scared. It's mainly because catfish are common all over the world, and they're a prized catch for many fishermen. However, in the Himalayas, among other places in South Asia, there is the infamous Devil Catfish. It's got another particularly bizarre name too. It's also known as the Goonch. This is a massive catfish that can very easily get over 6.5 feet in length. That is much more than your standard catfish, and it's rumored to swallow people whole. What really makes this a river monster is that there are a plethora of stories about the Goonch that claim that this catfish would bite down on people's legs as they traversed the river and would drag them down into the depths. Strong young men would go swimming in rivers with friends and get sucked underwater, and nobody would ever see them again. This would eventually get extreme angler Jeremy Wade to check them out on his show aptly called River Monsters, where he noted, "These things don't have much of a brain, but if it did grab someone's foot and then swim to deeper water, you're not going to easily get yourself out of that grip." Unusually for catfish, they have very long, pointy teeth and very strong jaws. Jeremy Wade was told by locals that the monster fish had developed a taste for human flesh, and it was getting bigger as it ate human remains discarded from funeral pyres along the riverbanks. It is unclear whether this is true or not, but this creepy fish is large enough to make people just disappear. Number 8. Giant Amazon Leech. Leeches are a species of creature that most people know to avoid. They look disgusting and they like to suck blood. But when it comes to finding them in rivers, there are few more dangerous than the giant Amazon leech. As the name implies, this leech is truly a giant and is one of the world's largest. It can grow up to 17.7 inches in length and be 4 inches wide. That size is enough to give you pause before you remember they're also a parasitic organism. They'll latch onto your body, and they won't let go unless you or a medical professional perform proper removal techniques, which with this one might take some time. One of the main ironies of the giant Amazon leech was that in the late 1800s, it was thought to be extinct. Then some more were found, and one was brought to a university. They named the leech Grandma Moses and studied it closely. It and its 750 children. It's truly a terrifying example of how something simple can become a true river monster. So have you ever encountered a real-life leech? Would you even dare to let one suck your blood? Let me know in the comments below. Then be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got more awesome videos just like this one on the way. Number 7. Congo Tiger Fish. Arguably one of the most dangerous fish in the world, the Congo Tiger Fish, also known as the Goliath Tiger Fish among other names, is a truly large and intimidating fish that can attack humans very easily. However, they are found in the Congo River in Africa, so it's unlikely you'll run into one anytime soon unless maybe it's in an aquarium. Or if they become an invasive species somewhere, but hopefully not, because these things are extremely destructive. In terms of size, they're able to get about 5 feet in length, and their teeth can get 1 inch in length. The fish is known for attacking people, so much so that local legends state that an evil spirit would inhabit the fish and cause it to strike. This was another fish that Jeremy Wade would catch, and he had quite the visual to describe. It's related to piranhas. It's actually a giant piranha, really. They can grow to the size of a large person. The teeth on this one are 1 inch long, which is about the same size as the teeth on a 1,000-pound great white shark. The photos are truly disturbing. Number 6. Bull shark. Sharks are another creature that many people know to stay away from, and most people would guess erroneously that if they were to go to rivers, they would be safe from sharks. However, certain sharks, like the bull shark, are able to live in both saltwater and freshwater. This even includes places like Australia, as well as the Amazon River, where attacks have been recorded in countries like Peru. And sharks have even been spotted up the Mississippi River in the US. Should you fear this river monster? Yeah, absolutely. While great white sharks are the most feared shark because of movie interpretations of them, bull shark is said to be an even more dangerous shark, with over 27% of their attacks on humans being fatal. And yes, that's more than the great white. Furthermore, scientists have noted that these numbers aren't fully accurate, because it's actually quite hard to distinguish the bull shark from other types of sharks due to its coloring and size. Thus, this river monster could have more deaths under its belt, and we wouldn't even know about it. Plus, the biggest reason people should fear this shark is that they're overly aggressive and unpredictable. They'll take any slight indignation as a reason to lash out, which is why so many people have been hurt by them. And if you're thinking that the rivers they inhabit are ones close to the ocean, one bull shark was found in Illinois. That's a full 700 miles away from the closest ocean. So this river monster could be much closer to you than you realize. Number 5. Electric eel. The electric eel, also known as the knife fish, is a very dangerous river monster that everyone should be aware of for various reasons. The electric eel has not one, but 3 different organs in its body that can produce an electric charge. It has such a powerful electric charge that it truly can kill an adult human instantly in certain cases. That's due to it being able to discharge people with 500 volts of electricity. Though to be clear, just standing in water can help the jolt kill a human, but since you find them in rivers, that still makes them incredibly dangerous. The electric eel resides solely in the Amazon River and the Orinoco River in South America, but it's also stated to be one of the deadliest creatures that live in that area because of its electric power and the fact that they're able to hide in the rivers rather easily and thus jolt you before you even realize they're there. If only there were a way for humans to harness their powerful electricity, then maybe we could have some clean energy from electric eel farms someday. That'd be pretty cool. Number 4. Green anaconda. Not all river monsters are fish or other aquatic creatures. There are some more land-based animals that you need to fear as well, such as the green anaconda. The average size of this snake can vary at times. It'll be between 18 and 20 feet, but at its maximum length, this anaconda can be up to 27 feet long. Weight-wise, they can have around 550 pounds on them, but what surprises many people is that they live in rivers and swamps in South America, including the Amazon. Thus, if you're careful, you'll never have to see one, though if you do, you might be in some serious trouble. It's true that they're not typically known to eat humans, but that doesn't mean they won't kill us if the need arises. They've eaten humans on occasion, but you can almost always escape them if you see them and aren't injured. As for the animals that they do like to eat, you'll find them dining on deer, tapir, caiman, crocodiles, fishes, and turtles. What's intimidating about them, though, is that the green anaconda are ambush predators. They'll wait for prey to come to them and then strike. Usually they do this by wrapping their bodies around their prey and squeezing them to death. They like to be on the shallower waters of the Amazon River and other bodies of water. This allows them to sneak up on prey even easier, as they'll blend into the water without much effort. Number 3. Black caiman. The black caiman resides in the Amazon rainforest and river, and it's considered the biggest threat to people who come to the area. This particular breed of crocodile is one of the biggest alive, measuring in at 20 feet at times. It's also one of the largest predators in the entire Amazon rainforest. Many label it as the apex predator of the area, and one that isn't really picky about the things it'll eat. It'll go after fish, after birds, after mammals, and yes, it'll even go after humans if the situation is right. Like many crocodiles and alligators, the black caiman is a species that prides itself on being an ambush predator or a first strike predator. It'll wade into the waters of the Amazon River and its tributaries, and then slowly sneak up on the animal it wants to eat, and then lash out. Plus, because the creature is willing to hunt at night, it makes it even harder to see in the water, especially since its skin tone has a natural camouflage that enables it to blend in for close encounters. A true river monster indeed. Number 2. Piranha. Piranhas are arguably the most well-known river monster in the world today, and for good reason. They can be really vicious predators. They prefer to hunt and eat in swarms, so that when they're done, there's nothing left but the bones. And that's something that's been happily shown in various films over the years, though often to egregious levels, but make no mistake, they do indeed pick the bones clean. Plus, piranhas aren't small at all. They'll get up to 2 feet in length at times. When you multiply that by a swarm, they have all they need to get their prey and eat them until there's nothing left to chew on. So you might be wondering though, are these fish monsters because they hunt and kill humans? No, they honestly don't. Piranhas prefer prey that is weak in various ways. That way, they can't resist the swarm descending on them and killing them. After all, if a creature is large enough and healthy enough, they'll just get out of the water. But a weakened foe is easier to subdue. If a human was to fall into a swarm of piranha, they'd have to be taken out really quickly or they'd probably just get away, albeit with a lot of bites on them and a serious need for medical attention, but they would probably get away. Plus, a misconception about piranhas is that all of their species are full-on meat eaters, and that's honestly not the case. Some are herbivores, some are omnivores, and yes, some are meat eaters purely, like the red-bellied piranha, which are the most dangerous of them all. But not all of them are overt killers, which is an important thing to remember. That being said, piranhas are very well organized. They signal to each other when prey is weak, and they'll even share the food with others so everyone gets a bite. Plus, since you can't likely tell the difference between the various kinds of piranha, it's best to just stay away if you see one of these river monsters. Number 1. Alligator snapping turtle. A turtle as a river monster? It can't be right. It's probably what you're thinking right now, correct? But there are exceptions to every rule, and the alligator snapping turtle is one such example of that. Located in the southeastern region of the United States, these turtles are not ones you want to tempt fate with, not the least of which is their size. These turtles are huge. One was even said to weigh 400 pounds. Plus, the reason they're called alligator snapping turtles is that they're a bit more aggressive than your standard turtle. They can pierce metal with their chompers, and they even have evolved to use their tongue as a lure for fish, so that they'll willingly come into their mouths to be consumed. Granted, these turtles are not known for attacking humans, but they're not ones to be provoked. Again, they can pierce metal, which means they're more than strong enough to get through a human body. Thanks for watching. What did you think of this look at the various river monsters that lurk around in our world? Do you know of any other river monsters that could have made the list? Definitely let me know in the comments below. And then be sure to subscribe so I can see you next time on World List.